no, are we? It's good.
We're good.
Okay. All right, then. Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week out to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom known as Babylon, known in spirit. And this is the GMS Toronto camp. And we just want to give all praises facing the east. Give all praises and glory and honor to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai Bahashem Kakadash.
and also double honors to the apostles, and elders, our bishops of Great Muslim, like the chief and of Thomas Street. To you, we say Shalom, and Shalom unto the hopeful elect, and Kwame Allah, and abroad for all. If have any opening precepts, you can bring them out. But I was thinking about going into Luke 25, going into virgins, right? 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. And we're starting up a little bit earlier today, as you can see. We started at 4:30. That's because we want to close out the Feast of Tabernacles ceremony. All right, the High Holy Day. We're going to do that. We're going to get together later. But, I like it. It's a little bit of a nice change. I like coming earlier. The sun's out. And, hopefully we get to interact with the people out here. We can have a discussion about the scriptures and battle. Hopefully. Matthew 25. Matthew 25. Yeah.
This is Matthew chapter 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
Okay, so that's what the kingdom of heaven is going to be likened unto. And that those virgins are men. It's not talking about how they were not sleeping around with women. It's just that they have the pure truth. They've committed their lives to serving Yahweh Bashem and Rashai and nobody else. That's what it really goes into. Of course.
This is Isaiah 62:5, KJV. For as a young man marries a virgin, so shall thy sons marry thee. And as the bridegroom rejoiceth over the bride, so shall thy power rejoice over thee. In the NLT, we just mentioned will commit. Your children will commit themselves to you, O Jerusalem, just as a young man commits himself to the bride. Then the Most High will rejoice over you as the bridegroom rejoices over you.
We committed ourselves, the virgins were willing. I'm one of them. We're willing, we're all part of that. We're getting married to Yahweh Shai. And once that ceremony is taking place, His Son, He's going to deliver us, and we're going to get the kingdom. Right? And we're going to have an everlasting kingdom. Beautiful. Right? So that's what we're hoping for. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 23. Because it said they took their lamps. Right? We're going to show what the lamp is.
This is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
So there you go. So that's what the lamp is. The lamp is the commandment. The light that comes out of the lamp is the law. Right? So that's what we're carrying. Okay? Now, go back to Matthew 25.
This is Matthew chapter 25. Start at verse 2. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Correct. So 5 of them were wise. Right? And what makes you a wise person? What made these 5 virgins wise? It was really the fear of the Lord. You could pull up Psalms. We read Psalms 111, 110. Yeah, Psalms 111 and 10.
This is Psalms 111 and 10. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding of all they that do His commandments.
That's right.
His praise endureth forever.
That's right. So that's what made them wise. They had the fear of the Lord. 5 were wise. 5 were foolish. And we have the left, which we have in the left. And that's what the scripture went into. Something like that. Right? So we had understanding because they had fear. And that's something that you have to have when you come into this truth as a servant of Yahweh.
And she really didn't like it.
And the scripture says, I believe that's Proverbs 21. It says, fear the king. You know Yahweh Shai is the king, and he has set up other kings and rulers and overseers over you who are righteous. You have to fear them as well. You have to fear that hammer that they're going to cast down.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
Yeah. If you can go back to Matthew 25, please. Right?
Can I get this?
Oh, you have a precept? Of course.
Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
That's true. Right? Fools, they despise wisdom and instruction. The instruction comes out in Scripture. Because that's what it does. It gives you exhortation, rebuke, and it gives you instruction for life. But the only foolish ones, the five that were foolish, they actually didn't, they didn't come in the right spirit. They weren't wise. And that's another thing, this world will teach you to be foolish. That's why it says folly is set great dignity. That spirit of folly will hop on you, man. Sometimes you just go about your day to day. You can get lost out here. On YouTube you can get lost. Sometimes I catch myself TikTok watching all types of stuff. Yeah.
You gotta see through the bullshit. There's truth, but there's minimal truth on there. There's a lot of bullshit.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments.
Wow.
Well, this is the whole duty of a man.
Oh, gosh.
So the duty of us to be here. I was weekend and week out to say his word. This place coming to an end soon. There's no future in Babylon. Ain't gonna get better. Verse 14. For Yahweh to bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. And evil is coming to this place.
It's like you said, duty, right? Like you had back in the day different ranks, knights, platoon, back in the day, those are men of duty. Like you couldn't just take a day off and go out, taking a sick day. That's why it's so important to come on the highway, right? Regardless of the situation we're going through. Like it reminds me of, you know better than me, but that's for sure. Trying to love. When the old guy was talking, he was flying a few countries, I got to look for something. And he was like, something for you. He was all jacked up and said, this is good. Or even that 20 days ago, you catch him down. You might have arthritis, you might have diabetes, some brothers got sick with something you need.
By the way, just to add, that was Bobby Bacala Sr. Yes, his father came number 2 after that.
Hey, it says evil times. And right now we see in Lebanon, these evil times happening in that place right now. You see these people are having good time, enjoying their time with family. Yeah, they're getting bombed every day.
You have in the States, you're liquefying corpses into your water supply and into your food. That really shows you why a lot of people, they're on edge. They're so agitated and they're ready for road rage incident. They're ready to die. They're ready to kill you. You get an argument. That's like a by symptom of mad cow disease. Right? Because mad cow disease, if you get it right away, you're going to really go crazy. You're going to die in a short amount of time. That's why he's slowly puts it into your system. That's why these people, they're ready to crash out, man. Any given situation. They're nervous. Remember, there's a movie called The Crazies, right? Remember, they were fidgety and shit. When you eat human meat, you're very tense. You have adrenaline in you.
So yeah, just going back to that point. Notice it said, let us hear the conclusion. What's the conclusion? The end all be all is that Revelation 21 verse 8. It says the tabernacle tabernacle. That's what we're supposed to do as a tabernacle. And we're being built up, the tabernacle of David. You know, what did King David do? King David, he served the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, and he was beloved of the Heavenly Father and the Son.
So this is Revelation 21 and 3.
That guy's a mark. That guy's a mark. Yep. You said that, you said nothing. Wow. He said, what did King David do? That guy said nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I said, he probably got jacked up with David.
Yeah.
This is Revelation 21 and 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men, and he will dwell with them. And they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their power.
So it's a patriarchy. That's what this whole thing is about. Patriarchy. Yeah, see? Right? It didn't say women. Even though women are a part of this thing, they have their own role to play. But when it comes to the priestly duties and overseeing, being in authority, it's really the men. Okay? And we know the order. We know that the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh, and the head of man is Yahweh Shai. And the head of a woman is a man. So that's really the order. You know, this deals with men first and foremost. Okay, bring it out.
Just going into the fear. This is Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, for it is Yahweh which worketh in both to will and to do for his good pleasure.
You know, it's better to obey, right? And when you obey, that means you fear. That's why I'm going to say this one more time. I said it yesterday on the live show with Amath and the brothers, right? Obedience is better than sacrifice. And that's why the first covenant was found faultless, right? It was faultless. We were at fault. And that's because we were just sacrificing. We weren't really being obedient. That wasn't our mindset. Right? We just wanted to go through the motions and then get the reward after it, even though we didn't want to commit ourselves in the spirit, you know, showing faith. So you gotta obey the Lord. That shows fear, you know. That means going through the motions, practicing the law, meditating on it. That's why what did King David say? He said, I meditate upon thy precepts daily. You know, thinking about it, always being in the spirit of doing things right. You know?
This is Matthew chapter 25, verse 3. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
You know, they took the lamp, you know, which the lamp we already read, the commandments of the law, right? You know, they took the lamp. So I'll say this, you know, those some of the God that were foolish, they were thinking, you know, it's all about keeping the commandments. It's all about keeping the commandments. And you're seeing that today with certain Israelite factions that are out there. It's all about keeping the commandments. Where your friend is at? Where your friend is? But no, you got to have the world. You got to have the whole package, which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and faith. You don't just have the commandments and think that you're set.
Verse 5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
That's right. And you know, that happened. That happened to us. We slept. You know, we slumbered and slept. Actually, can you get Habakkuk 2 verse 3? Because it said the bridegroom tarried, the bridegroom is Yahweh Shai. Right? So it seems like Yahweh Shai is never coming back because of how things are going, right? It seems like you're going to go wake up tomorrow, get your coffee, go to Tim Hortons and go to work, get your paycheck. But things are going to change, right? You know?
This is Habakkuk 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry.
You know who's going to come? Yahweh going to come. It
Right.
seems like he ain't going to come, but he's going to come when you least expect. I believe there's a precept. They all say peace and safety, then come with sudden destruction.
That's the Israelites. That's the little camps. That's the Israelites. Some ancient gods. Yeah. Yeah.
That's how he always did it, man. He followed the same format and formula. Hey, what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? They were partying. The times of Noah, they were partying and feasting. So going back to Habakkuk 2 and 3, it said it tarried, so it seems like it's never going to come. But it said it's for an appointed time. So judgment and certain prophecies has an appointment date. And it's not on our time. Brother, could you get the precept that says a day to the Lord is 1,000 years? That's Second Peter 3 and 8.
This is 2 Peter 3 and 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
Maybe the Lord is 1,000 years. That's God time. The God time, the Almighty Power's time. So as a mortal man, 1,000 years is very long. So you can have multiple generations come out of that 1,000 years. Over 100 generations at least. Yes, indeed. But yeah, a day to the Lord is 1,000 years. So it seems like things aren't going to happen, right? So,
Okay, Psalms 90 verse 4 in the NLT. For you, 1,000 years are as a passing day, as brief as a few night hours.
And that's what we are, We're like, I'll just say this, we're like worms, insects. Insects don't live long. Insects don't live long. You look at an insect, its lifespan is what? A couple days, a week. A housefly, common housefly is like 2 weeks. That's nothing.
This is Matthew 25 and 6. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh.
Okay, that's beautiful. So who made the cry? Who made the cry? Because it's very important. Who made the cry? It was John the Baptist, right? Because he heralded Yahushua coming in. And we know who John the Baptist is in the spirit. He's Elijah and he's also Abba Bivens. If you can see it, right? That's if you can see it in the spirit. If you can't, don't worry about it. You may get that later. That understanding later, right? He's going to bring the hearts to the children's hearts back to the Father. That's what it says. So he made that cry.
This is Malachi 4, verse 1.
You can look at the
This is Malachi 4 and 5. I will send you Elijah,
That's right.
the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
So he's going to send the prophet Elijah.
And he shall turn the heat of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers. Lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
So that prophet is very serious. He set up the turning the hearts of the children back to the Father. Right? So he's going to come back and bring the truth. And we saw Abba Bivens do that in the late 70s. No, late 60s, going into the early 70s. You can go into the course of 30 and 42 months. I believe that's what goes into it. 40 and 2 months. It's you can get Revelation 11 and 2.
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 2. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure is not. For it is given unto the Gentiles, the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days cloth and sackcloth.
You know, we went through hardcore slavery. We lost our national identity. But the prophets came back and they taught us our identity. Right? So after that time was up, you know, catching hell over here in America, the Lord sent the prophet Elijah, the prophets. And that's why we came up Harlem. You know, that's Harlem is a place full of Hebrew Israelites, man. Israelites in general. Right? So that's where it came out of. And then it took over and it spread all over the world, global. That's why you're seeing all the different camps out here. That's why you're seeing us. That's why you're seeing me. You know, we spawned out of that. Okay?
This is Matthew chapter 25, verse 6. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps.
And there's a reason why you trim your lamp. You know, because I had an old one when I was a kid. It was old little lamps. Looked like a lantern, but you put kerosene or whatever. And then to get the light bright, you would have to trim the top so it can light properly. So that's what you got to do, man. You got to trim your lamps. You got to refine yourself. You got to purify yourself. You got to get ready.
You got to trim the fat. Another sense, right? Trim the fat, circumcise the foreskin of your hearts.
That's right.
You know, so you're preparing for perfection. You're not going to be perfect, but the Lord said, "Be perfect." That's the goal. That's the head. Right? Also,
Matthew 25 and 8. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out.
But that's not how this thing works. Right? You're supposed to study to show thyself approved so you can continue on in this thing. Another man can't study for you. Another man can't get you into the kingdom of heaven. You got to work for that on your own, man. You got to build a relationship with Yahweh Hashem Messiah. Right? And you definitely can't build upon another man's foundation. Okay? How can you get that precept study to show thyself approved?
This is 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness.
You got to study to show thyself approved. You have to study. Right? You got to study to show thyself approved. And you have to be skilled.
Dividing the word of truth.
That's right. So we need to find somebody that has skill. Right? And that's what the Lord has. The Lord has skill in all things. That's why he was able to create the earth in 7 days, which is really 7,000 years. Right? You got to have skill to do those things. Right? So that's what the Lord is teaching us, to be powers of skill, just like him. Right? So you have to study in order for that to happen. So you got to be doing your videos. You got to be listening to your elders. You got to be studying lessons. You got to go into history. You got to go into old books, because the books that they have now, they change a lot of things. Right? So it takes a lot for you to get understanding and to build yourself up while being in this thing. It doesn't happen overnight.
Going into 2 Chronicles 16 and 9. With the eyes of the Lord Yahweh run to and fro through the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him. And the brother mentioned right now, you gotta study, you gotta do the videos, right? You gotta be in this business. Herein, thou hast found fellowship, therefore, from henceforth thou shalt have words. Oh yeah, so you need to better yourself in this truth, right? You come to this truth, you're happy, you're very Hebrew Israelite, but it's word that comes with it, right? It's not easy. It's a narrow path, right? You need to have faith in this.
You got to grow your life, right? You got to believe that the Lord scattered you on good ground,
Right.
not among the thorns, not among the dry ground, right? You got to grow. That seed has to grow.
Because if you spend here 3 or 4 years, and if you get kicked out, what are you gonna go and do in the world? You're gonna go back and be a nigger, speak. You're gonna go back and do wickedness. Hey, it says seven eagles will jump over you, right? So this is a serious business. But that's what the Bible always says. This is serious. This is not a game. You just come over here standing and talking for the video. No, you gotta be serious.
This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 5. A wise man will hear and will increase the learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings.
And that's true because a wise man, what he will do is he will use his leisure time to study even more, to get better. And I noticed that too when I used to play competitively in sports. A lot of the superstars, the guys that were all-star superstars, they use their off time to get better. So when they came to the season, they were lightning quick, they were hitting their jump shots, they were always in shape, right? Coaches were always wanting to them to get more PT. But the guy who was sitting on the bench, he wasn't working on his game. He was just coasting through. So a wise man's going to use his leisure time wisely.
Working on the free throw.
Oh yeah.
All those little things that make up the whole game.
Sirach 38:24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that hath little business shall become wise.
So yeah, if you're in that spirit, I always got to make that money too. I got to chase that bag. Hey, the Lord might hold you when you come into this truth. He's going to slow you down to not do so much business, to not go with the traffic out here to make money, because He wants you to spend that time to get right in the spirit and to learn about Him. And I suggest others, man, read the New Testament, read about Yahushua, man, to get a better understanding of how he was moving. He wasn't always about the worldly business. He was always about the ministry, man. That's how you got to be.
It's like, when I read that in the GNT, right down 24. So this is the same scripture, Sirach 38:24. It says scholars must have time to study if they're going to be wise. They must be relieved of other responsibilities. That's what we're going to do. That's what us. You got to be like scholars, right? Learn that. Even though we're not, like prestigious officially like that, we don't have, ambassadors and nice accolades and all that stuff. But a lot of times, brothers, man, they can deal with this. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. History professor.
There's more on it. So basically, it's a full-time job. Full-time job.
Verse 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the goad, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks?
You can't have one foot in and one foot out. You either stay dedicated to serving Allah and studying and getting right, or you just stay in the world. You either be hot or you be cold. You can't be lukewarm. You can't have both. It's not how it works. The Lord is a jealous power.
You know what? Like back in the day, this is going into physical farming, right? So you have to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, man. You got to go to bed at like 9, get your sleep. Get up at 4, and you're up till the sun goes down. So in the ancient world, a lot of men, they were farmers. So guess what? They really couldn't do that profession if they followed Yahushua. Because it took too much. Even if it's going to say a blacksmith, a person that has a skill, a blacksmith, that's all he knows. That shop. Whatever your fingers. You're going to be occupied. Verse
26. He giveth his mind to make furrows, and is diligent to give the kind fodder. So every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day, and they that cut and grave seals, and are diligent to make great variety, and give themselves to counterfeit imagery, and watch to finish a work, the smith also sitting by the anvil, and considering the iron work, the vapor of the fire wasteth his flesh, and he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. The noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look.
Now you should have that same mindset on the truth. Finding that steel, taking that hammer down, working hard. Because Yahushua, technically he was a carpenter's son. But in the spirit, he was working on the wood, which is the nation of Israel. Working on the ministry, furnishing it, being apostles, right?
And his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh. He setteth his mind to finish his work, and watches to polish it perfectly. So doth the potter sitting at his work, and turning the wheel about with his feet, who is always carefully set at his work, and maketh all his work by number. He fashioneth the clay with his arm, and boweth down his strength before his feet.
Isn't the Lord like a potter? When you go into Romans 9 chapter, you verse on down, he made the vessels of honor and the vessels of dishonor. The vessels of dishonor, it's looking back at the word, saying, why did you create me this way? But it just shows you the Lord puts a lot of care, he's very meticulous, how he designs things and creates things. With his time and effort, that's how you have to do.
He applieth himself to lead it over, and he is diligent to make clean the furnace. All these trust to their hands, and everyone is wise in his work. Without these cannot a city be inhabited, and they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down. They shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sentence of judgment. They cannot declare justice and judgment, and they shall not be found where parables are spoken. But they will maintain the state of the world, and all their desire is in the work of their craft. That's basically someone who's he's all about the 9 to 5, the rat race. We liken that to this truth. If you consume with the cares of this life, Scripture say, "No man that worth entangles himself with the cares of this life, and he can't be a good soldier of the paraphrase of him that chose him." So if you're consumed with work, man, you can't focus on like what I said earlier. You can't partake in a cup of devils and have one foot in the world. You can't short mammon, right? Just like that, right?
You might have a demon. Good job. They'll have you on Saturday. Yeah. Or they might be like I had a job, I had a security job. It was actually down the street from camp. Adelaide. Security, that was a good job, man. Because during that time, minimum was 10.25. You were giving like 14.59. But it was every other Saturday. And I did it for about a month or two. And I kept getting pissed off. I couldn't do anything. I was just 15 minutes away. So you know what I did? I just quit that job. The Lord blessed me. So that could be a demon too. Right? There's nothing wrong with 9 to 5. You gotta do it. But that demon in the time Saturday. You gotta be good. Yeah.
This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 20. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to Yahweh. And I would not that they should have fellowship with devils. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils.
Choose one. Big deal. A lot of food on it. That food is from the word, the scriptures, the knowledge, the weightier matters of the law, especially. That comes with loving kindness, meekness, things of that nature. But yeah, you can't have one foot in and one foot out. So you have to really pick and choose and count the costs of what you really get involved in, what you're getting involved in, right? You can go to count the costs of something. Something here. It says Luke chapter 14 and 28.
This is Luke chapter 14 and 28. Luke chapter 14 and 27. And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
So trial, tribulation. So you got to bear your cross. And that could be, going to 9 to 5, or it could just be your family. You could have illness and crash. You could be ill, but you got to bear your cross, man. You got to do. You got to stick it out.
For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have significant to finish it?
That's right. So you got to count the cost, and you have to finish the race. And this is not a sprint; it's a marathon. So when you're running a race, having a marathon, I mean, you got to have endurance. You got to be made hard. And how are you made hard? You got to go through the trial, the tribulation. You got to be hardened out here, right? And that's why the Lord puts you through certain tests, puts you through fiery trials. I believe that's 2 Peter 4 and 12. You pull that up. That's 2 Peter. 1 Peter 4 and 12. It's a lot of things. Because you're going to go through fiery trials. And that's what's refining you.
So this is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think it is not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
Yeah, so don't think it's strange. Don't think it's bizarre. Wow, I can't believe I just lost my house. I can't believe I lost my woman. Can't go down the road. My hood just went up the face, right? Hey, it's true story. I remember you brothers elders were telling me stories about cars and stuff. Smoke up and just, stuck in the yeah, but it's a fiery trial, and that fire is refining because you're a precious metal. Before gold becomes nice and shiny, it's in a very unrefined state. It has dirt on it, has coatings. So you got to heat it up. Gold and silver. So that's what the Lord's doing to you.
Verse 13. But rejoice as much as ye are partakers of the Mashiach's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
That's right. And you saw what Hamashiach Yahushua went through, the chosen one. Right? You saw what he went through. And the scripture says the servant is not greater than his Lord. So you're partaking in the same afflictions and trials that Yahushua went through. Right? It'd be on a lower level. Yahushua went through hell, right? But that's what you're going through. So you have to rejoice because when you look at Yahushua, he inherited all things. Right? And it's going to play out when he comes back. And that's what you're going to do. Right? So those fiery trials, it's necessary. It's positive.
Sirach 27 and 5. Sirach 27, verse 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown. As when one sifteth with a sieve, the refuse remaineth, so the filth of man in his talk. The furnace proveth the potter's vessels, so the trial of man is in his reasoning. Just landbacking, we got to go through things in this truth. That's how the Lord refines us and purges us of our impurities, right? To make us more like his image, his son's image, Yahushua. So we go through things, all kinds of hell. Your woman might be a demon. Your kids might be bucking up against you. You got older children. Your neighbor might be have a dispute with you over something simple. It could be at the property line, or he's not happy with the noise you make when brothers come to your house to do the high holy days. You know, your boss, your supervisor, you might be getting written up. You might lose your job. You know, some people bug out if they lose their job. They get in that woe is me spirit. They don't want to come to camp. I'm not making money. My account is overdrawn. Right? They start bugging out. But it's the Lord putting you through these things.
Precept, okay.
It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble.
So we're going to go through temptation. We're going to experience times of trouble, evil times, right? But the Lord, He's only going to give you what you can handle. He's not going to give you a overback. He's not going to overbearing you, overburden you. Overburden you with trials, tribulations, and making you fall off. But you know, I believe that's in James, the 5th chapter. Because when you get tempted, you can't come to the conclusion and say, you know, the Lord tempted me and He made me do it. Or you just make an excuse to say the devil made me do it. No, you know, the scripture says, you know, resist the devil and he will flee. So if you're tempted, you got to resist the devil and you got to pray, man. That's what Yahushua did. You know, when the devil came and tried to entice him to sell out, you know, he rebuked him. But yeah, there's more. Keep going, yeah.
Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whosoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
So be patient. Change to a low estate. So you got to be patient. What does patience mean? To suffer. Right? You know, that's why you go to the doctor, right? You're called a patient. You're patiently waiting so the doctor can see you, but you're in all types of pain. Oh, my pancreas. Oh. But you regular people in the world, you wait for that.
Yeah, 8 hours. 8 hours in Hey, I seen that one time. God, someone told me that one time. They went to the hospital and the bitch was screaming, and the nurse came look. She said, "You gotta wait. If you don't want to wait, go to another hospital." She was excruciating. You gotta damn near knock yourself off. The blood's working. Put you in emergency. Very bad. You look at that scripture. I will bear the nation of the word. Micah. Yeah, we have to get it. Yeah, you got to deal with it, man, until we see our cause. Yes. You know, we were wrong, yeah, but we got to bear what we did in the flesh. So this flesh, and flesh is prior's lives. You don't want to know that, man. Like if you just got all that in one, oh shit, I did that. You just give up the ghost. Yeah. You know? So this is good that we're going through this.
Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Wow. And kind of reminds me of what Daniel and the early children went through. They actually literally went through a literal furnace. Right? And there were 4 spirits in there. The children and angels, Yahushua, came and delivered them, man. Right? So yeah, you know, you may go through physical burning. But you know that what you going through the furnace is you catching hell all the time. Hell that finds you, purges you. Right?
Verse 6. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him.
So you got to believe in the Lord. And you know, a good chapter to read is Hebrews 11 chapter, faith. That's what believing is. Really, it goes into credo, which credo I believe is belief, right? Credit, right? So you gotta believe in your power, man, and then He'll deliver you. Faith is the evidence of things not seen. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. So that you're a faith-based Israelite. That's what you gotta do.
Verse 7. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail.
And nobody, whenever you serve the Lord, people who have come to serve the Lord, they've always benefited, man. They've always benefited. The Lord has never failed anybody in need, especially a humble servant. And go back and read the stories of all the prophets, the mighty men of old. Look at David. Look at Joseph. Look at all the things they've been through. Look at Jacob. They put their trust in the Lord, and they always came up on top. And Joseph became second in command. Man, Daniel, he became president in Babylon. That was because of his captivity. So if he's able to do that, trust in the Lord, and not even in his own kingdom, that shows you how powerful the Lord is. Yeah.
Go back to the Romans. They formed an alliance so they can help fight for the peace.
Verse Ecclesiasticus 2 and 9. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
There we go.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
That's right. So the Lord, man, he doesn't hate you. That's what despise mean. He doesn't hate you if you call upon him when you're in need or when you're repenting. He doesn't hate you. He actually likes that. He graces you. So you should be calling upon Yahweh all the time, man. And sometimes because you're in the flesh, you may think it's menial. Oh, the Lord, he doesn't have time for that. The Lord's doing bigger things, which he is, but still, he'll always make time for you. That's the power you serve. It's not like the devil you sell out, and then you call upon the devil, and then you don't show up. And that's how the so-called white man is. You just say it. Yeah, bro. That's what it is.
Hey, we have to keep the name Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
That's right.
So that's a powerful thing in itself.
That's right.
That's the key to getting into the door.
You could drop that and get James chapter 1, verse 13.
This is Isaiah 30 and 20 NLT. Though the Lord gave you adversity for food and suffering for drink, he will still be with you to teach you. You will see your teachers with your own eyes.
Yeah, that's a definition in the spirit. They were our teachers. We saw them out in the highways and byways when other people out here who didn't have the spirit couldn't see that they were teachers. Right? So he gave us what? Bread of adversity, food of adversity. So you gotta eat that, literally eat that, drink for suffering.
James 1 and 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yahweh. For Yahweh cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man.
Right. So the Lord is perfect. He's a perfect power of it. He only sits on the right hand side. Dabbles on the right hand side. Makes it okay. So you got that tempting to believe for. That comes from your own flesh and your own lust, right? Your own wicked intentions. So you can't say, I'm tempted, oh, the Lord made me do it. No, man, you gotta fight that.
Verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust has conceived it, bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
That's right, and you have a whole chapter that's dedicated to that. If you go into, you pull it up, Romans 1 verse 20, on down. Yeah, that's what happens, man. Lust is over. The Lord's just gonna label you a reprobate, and He's gonna give you up to your own wicked devices, man. That's if you just give up. And a lot of these people out here just giving up. You're not
being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power in Godhead, so that they are without excuse. because that when they knew Yahweh, they glorified him not as Yahweh. Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imagination, and their foolish heart was darkened.
That's right. That's first and foremost. That's what we tribes of Israelites, because you were given the name, you were given the laws, statutes, and commandments. Going back to Exodus 23rd chapter. You were given the laws, and you go back to the royal line, going back to the book of Genesis, going back to the time of Adam, right? The Lord was dealing with you. So you knew the Lord the whole time. You knew his name, you knew you had his laws, statutes, and commandments, but guess what? You got wicked, man. You got wicked.
Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible.
And that's what pride does, man. That's a precept. It says, he that thinketh he standeth is really destined to fall. I'll not be paraphrasing. I think that's the book of Proverbs. But that's our people, man. You know, they got bored. They took the Lord for granted, and then they just got wicked. And that's because they're really in the flesh, man.
Yahweh into an image made like to a corruptible man, and to birds, and four-footed beasts, and creeping things. Wherefore Yahweh also gave them up to uncleanness, to the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Okay, so you knew me before, and now you want to go on the left-hand side, so you know, take the left-hand side and see where it gets you. And guess what? You know what the end result is at the end of the day? Israel always came back crying to the Lord to get cleaned up. And that's what's going to happen again, man. The elect are going to come back, 2/3 are going to be destroyed, and we're going to get the kingdom, and everything's going to be smooth sailing, man.
Who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
That's right. They served themselves more than the creator. They started worshiping themselves. And you see it out here, man. Our people are into that. And that's what the world promotes. You know, that's where you got shows like American Idol. You know, who's the idol? The guy on the stage singing. Who gave him that beautiful voice? Or her that beautiful voice? This is the creator.
Who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affection.
Vile affection. Vile affection is like sodomy, right? Man sleeping with man, women sleeping with women, man and woman sleeping with animals. You see that out here. Vile affections. Disgusting, man.
For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
So a woman's natural use is to bring forth children and to be a caretaker, right? To nurture the children, take care of the home. But that's the opposite. Women wear the pants. Hell, you get in a relationship. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen to you, but these women want to pop you. That's what you're seeing. These women want to pop you, and now that's pop. Right? That's good stuff.
And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one toward another. Men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat.
And you can't go. You can't go one day, 24-hour period, without seeing them all. Right?
You got ads on YouTube. You're watching the video when the thing pops up. He shows.
Verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, deceit.
And you know that catches up with you. I was watching the show, the Adam Black show, right? And he was going into this guy named Brian Butler, porn star back in the day, and a black rapper.
Yeah.
He used to like, he was so whack. He had like fake jewelry and he would shine out your baby. But you know, the so-called Jews put the green light on his ass because he tried to make his own label and do his own thing, and he was making a lot of money. And they cut that off. Then he got arrested, and now he got the diseases, man. And he's now infecting other women in that industry. You know, that lifestyle that catches up with you. You get the glitz, the glam, the fame, and then you just end up getting washed up after, man. And that's the fate that a lot of our people experience being over here in Babylon, going on the left-hand side. Wound up like a puppet.
James 1:7, and it reads, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering in the vengeance of eternal fire.
Wow, that's heavy. Hey, break it down, brother.
Yeah, pretty much what the brother was mentioning it. Especially in the music industry, in order for you to be successful, you have to do sodomy, right? You get pop, right? It's the wicked stuff that you have to do.
And it's all coming up, man, right now in Hollywood. Hollywood entertainment, right? They got this clown, P. Diddy, you know, the mascot. They had R. Kelly before him. They had Bill Cosby before him. It's all Jake, but you got these real captains of industry in the entertainment world, man. It's the CEOs, the producers, you know, the event planners, right? The investors. Those are the real guys, man. Those are the real guys. You know, the album owners, the company owners, you know, the company, music companies, right? So Sony, and then a lot of these guys are designing. So, right, there's a list of a lot of guys designing, top guys. So this thing's coming up, man. We've been talking for years. You know, but we're at a time now where perversion is so nasty. People say, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, pretty much, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. Right? I love the
The alphabet team.
Verse 8. If you can you put the word fornication in the blue letter? If that's a New Testament, it should be porneia. Pornos.
Yeah, even that word, that's all Amalek. You know? They were doing that in Germany.
It says to go whoring. Give oneself over fornication. Yeah.
So that's where you get the word porno. Porno is from. So porno, man, I'm going to use the porno world, for example. There's lots of genres in there. So that's all fornication. And they have all types of fetishes. So if you look at the porno world, that's what our people are doing. The average person.
Those are demons.
Sorry?
Demons are demons. Demons on people. Because there's a video where we're saying that the girl was a relationship, but the guy was having sex with the girl. He was watching porn. So he was really into that. That's what the demons to you, man.
Well, they said this guy was effort. He got to a point where he needed like 10 women around, cheating, he got porn on. This is get hard. You know, like you needed so much stimulation. But well, when you get lost in that world, you know, you deal with a woman when you're young, and then like Usher and those guys brought in young, then they start having threesome, forced food. It was overstimulated to the point where when you're a so-called grown man, 20, you can't even have a grown man. You know? Because when you go into that world, you pretty much end up becoming a boogie. So that's a we call it gateway. When you say about marijuana, gateway drug, that's a gateway. You know? That's because everything is open in the society. People know about different sex things, shit. you're just regular talk, but that's not going to be in the kingdom. You know, like I did this. Why would you do that? You know,
or take this pill. This pill will make you hallucinate, or
Is there more on that?
this is verse 8. Likewise, also these filthy dreamers defile the slaves, despise dominion, and they speak evil to genities.
This is Isaiah 3 and 9. And show of their countenance witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
Yeah, that's right. And then that's what the scripture says: a man may be known by his gate. Right? But our people, man, well, even going back then and even bringing it to now in modern biblical times, our people, they wear that LGBT lifestyle all over their bodies, man. It's in their face. Their facial expressions, the way they dress. They're out in the open with it. They're no longer in the closet, because there used to be a time where they were ashamed of living that lifestyle. Not no more. It's totally out here. And guess what, man? The Lord is tired of it. He's going to destroy that lifestyle. He's going to destroy you. He's going to take out Sodom and Gomorrah. He's going to kill you. Yeah.
And now society, like, if you look down on that stuff, they look at you as if we're not like, okay with all this stuff. We're looked for us not being down with it, us knowing it's against the last. We're looked at as the crazy ones. Where it's that real.
If you're the VP of a high-ranking Forbes list, if you're the VP of a high-ranking Forbes list company and you speak out against it, you're canceled.
if you tweet,
Right?
make a tweet.
Yep.
You know, Facebook post, whatever.
Yep.
There's some companies out there that the alphabet team has a lot of power, right? At a different level.
He's got to resign.
Yes.
They got to film it. It's a press conference. I'm sorry for what I said and wrote. You know, it's on the company of me. I hereby resign as Exxon or whatever. You know.
And now pretty much you got laws. You got laws of prejudice and hate speech laws. So now it's even more serious.
Have a quick one.
Okay, if you have something.
Just going into Jake taking on the ways of this more lifestyle. Proverbs 12 and 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him.
It's very hard. I was watching. I think it was the guy who made. You know the song "Come Come My Lady, Come Come My Lady."
Yeah.
It was one of the singers, part of that band. He was saying that a lot of you regular people out here, you don't know how hard it is for us when we go to those parties, because you have a bag of dope, right, cocaine, and then you have two beautiful women there. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So that he's seduced already just by seeing that. So the righteous man, they're seduced too. They can get caught up into that and fall off, man. You know? It's very hard out here.
You got spirits demonic entities.
Yep.
The scripture, I'm gonna find it.
Is there any more on that? Or?
That was it.
This is Revelation 10 and 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter.
Okay. Because we got to bring out this precept. Yeah, some scriptures. All these scriptures. So it was what? and then it was sweet. So when he got sweet as when he first.
No, bitter than sweet.
Okay, so it was bitter first. When he ingested it, it was bitter. Like, oh damn. He realized his eyes were open to all the misery, hell that he's gonna have to go through, and the things that he's seeing in the world, things that are taking place. And then it was sweet because he got the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of who he is, who his power is, and of the things to come. How he's gonna inherit and experience everlasting life.
Start up from the top. Revelation 10 and 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey.
So it wasn't given to him. He took it. You know, you got to take this. You got to get involved in this truth. You know, you don't want to just come in with hands in your pocket and be nonchalant, right? You know, you got to take the opportunities that the Lord gives you of getting involved in this truth. So it wasn't just hands him. It was there, but he had to take it, man. Right? And expect a very hard road. It's not going to be smooth when you come into this thing either. But you got to take advantage of the opportunities. Keep going.
But it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey.
Right.
And as soon as I ate it, my belly was bitter.
Right.
And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many people and angels and tongues and kings.
That's right. And that's why, you know, when you get the understanding, when you get an epiphany, you say, wow, you know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it's very bitter at the same time. And then on top of that, he had to go out there on the highways and the highways, you know, instant in season and out of season, and still prophesy to these knucklehead people. You know, that's hard too. First, it's hard when you get the truth and you have to figure things out. Then you got to go and teach people that don't want to hear, man. That's tough. So it's not easy to come out here and do what we're doing. Set up the camera and just speak in the spirit. It's not easy. The Lord's got to be with you. You got to do things for the Lord to be with you. It's not easy. Now, except the little book, how was John able to get the little book? Well, we would have to go to Revelation 5th chapter to figure that out. Because in order for us to get that little book, Yahweh Shai had to open the seals. Right? And that's why we're able to come out here. The brothers in that precepts,
The word bitter is bikraino, right? It means to make bitter, to embitter, exasperate, render angry. To be embittered, irritated, right? To grieve, and the root is pikros, which means metaphor, harsh, right? So, hey man, just like when you have some bitter herbs, if you ever made a golden seal tea, right? Golden seal is very bitter, man. It make that facial expression, right? We got tension, we got all kinds of bitters. Horseradish, that's why you're breathing, right? That's bitter. That's what the sun is doing. Bitterness. I gotta come out here. You gotta make yourself up to open ridicule, pretty much, right? A spectacle. Right? People talking shit, watching videos with family members, and friends, associates. Yep. Right? That's just part of it. Right? The foolishness of people. Right?
This is Revelation 5 and 1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within.
okay, so who's that on the throne? Or you can go back to the book of Daniel to figure that out, you know, because the throne is very fiery. That's talking about the Heavenly Father. Okay, go on.
A book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof?
Right, because you know, the knowledge of the book was closed up for a period of time. I believe that's Isaiah the 29th chapter. You can go into that as well. And also Daniel, the book of Daniel talks about that, how the book was sealed, right, after his time. Nobody had that understanding after that. They couldn't figure things out, right? there's no precepts, bring them out. But yeah, there's 7 seals, so that's perfect. 7 perfect locks. And nobody can break through that lock. Only one special spirit can do that. Keep going.
And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon.
So if it's in heaven, that what is in heaven? You got angels, right? You got angels on the right, angels on the left too. So not even angels could open this book. Ordinary angels. Angels are perfect. Okay.
And I wept much because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders said unto me, Speak not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath revealed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof.
So who's the root of David? We know that to be Yahweh Shai. I believe that's in Revelation 22. Yeah, I believe that is. It shows where it is. 16.
This is Revelation 22:16. I, Yahweh Shai, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star.
There you go. That's who it is. Offspring of David.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Revelation 5 and 6. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are 7 spirits of Yahweh sent forth into all the earth. And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne.
Just like what John did. So that's why the scripture says the servant is not greater than his Lord or his master. So he did the exact same thing that Yahweh Shai did. And that's what you brothers are doing. I myself, that's what we're doing. So you got to take the book, man. You got to take this truth. You can't just sit here with your hands in your pocket and think things are going to fall in your lap. Oh, Paul, I got faith in the Lord's name. No, he's going to do things for me. No, you got to show it.
Napkin Israelites.
Yeah, that's right.
All kinds of them. All over social media. Napkin Israelites. Man.
Can't stand that, man. Yeah. It's crazy.
Verse 8. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of their harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of saints. And they sang a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Yahweh by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation.
That's right. That's right. So there's blood for us. That redeemed us, that brought us back. That's the grace of the Father. His life was as a ransom, so to speak, a ransom to get us back. And what did that come with? He reconciled the relationship. It just simply means he repaired the relationship between Israel and the Heavenly Father. So that's why we have grace, and that's why we're able to get the kingdom, the eternal kingdom. Okay, if you have something, bring it out.
Luke 14 and 23, red letter. And the Lord said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
Yeah, expound on that, brother.
Right. Basically, don't be a napkin Israelite and sit on your behind. The Lord commanded you to do the work. And how is the work done? Prophesying on the highways and hedges in the chief place of concourse, as well as the sit downs on the unicorn, the videos on the unicorn. That's all part of this scope of work, so to speak.
Like being an operating member of the body. Not just talking. The wheels are moving, turning. You're just, stagnant. The river's flow here, that big ass boulder that's making the river go like this.
We got a flow, man. Yep. That was it.
This is Hebrews 6 and 12. That ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises. And when Yahweh made promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself, saying, surely blessing I will bless thee, and multiply I will multiply thee. And so after he had patiently endured and obtained the promise, for men verily swear by the greater, and oath for confirmation is to them as the end of all strife. Going into being not being slothful and obeying going out there on the highways and prophesying or making your videos, or when we're not here on on the weekend out here in camp, we're still practicing. We're still 2 or 3 hours on a weekend.
All right, bring it out.
2 Timothy 4, verse 2. Preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort, with all long suffering and doctrine.
You gotta be instant in season out of season. So that means all year round. 365 days a year. Right? Well, we go out once a week, but you know what I mean. You're an Israelite every single day. Right? So this is a lifestyle that you gotta live. And think about something that's instant. Like when you buy instant pasta, instant chocolate, it's ready to go. Right? And that's how you gotta be. You gotta be ready to go, man. You're ready to go. On fire. Ready. So we can pull up Isaiah 29 and 11.
This is Isaiah 29 and 11. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of the book that is sealed.
Okay, so we just went into that a little, right? Revelation 5th chapter. So at one point, the book was sealed. And then who opened it? God was shy. It was sealed out. Daniel left the seal. It was sealed. Okay?
Which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed.
That's right. So even if you're learned and you know all this history, you still don't know the mysteries of the scriptures. You don't know the dark saying. Because there's a lot of scholars and learned individuals out here within Christianity. And not even outside of Christianity, because there's people who know the scriptures. So they can't even get the full understanding of this truth. Go on.
And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned.
Yeah, so you can have people who are not learned, they may not even be able to understand the scriptures. But that's if the Spirit is on them, then they can understand.
Wherefore, the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
Yeah, and that's our people, man. Prophesy unto us through things. Yeah. And they're hearers of the word, but they're not doers. But that's not what this truth is about. It's about exhortation with you and to reprove you. That's what it's about. But a lot of our people, they don't want the rebuke. They want things said a certain way to fit their needs, what they're going through in the flesh.
Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid.
Hey, that happened to us. I'll just continue. Yeah, and then also, when you go into Hosea the 9th chapter, it said prophets of Israel. His prophets of the northern kingdom. His seers are mad. His prophets are mad. They're bugged out. They have no vision.
Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Surely the turning of things upside down shall be estate as a potter's clay.
So we just wanted to go into the sealing of the book. This book was sealed to a lot of individuals, but now the elect has got it. Can you get Amos 3:7? Right? It was opened up to the prophets and the men of the Lord. This word.
This is Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord, thy power, will do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
The mysteries that come out of this book. So, some of the secrets are like reincarnation, right? The name of the Lord, that's a secret to a lot of people out here still, and different doctrines that are found in the scripture. That's all revealed to the prophets. The men of the Lord that you see on the highways and the byways, exalting and lifting up their voice like a trumpet. Right? So that's the mysteries you got to figure out. Dark sands. That's all I want from there.
Sirach 3:17 points to 19. My son, go on with thy business in meekness. So shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved. The greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord. Many are in a high place and are renowned, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek.
Yes, so you got to be meek and lowly. And that's exactly how Yahushua was. He had a contract heart, and he was meek in the spirit. And contract heart is synonymous to having a broken heart. And I'll just say this. You're supposed to have a broken heart, but when you go about your day-to-day in the world, you put on your Clark Kent, you can't be acting like that in the world because you won't do well. You won't function. So if you're with your woman, you can't show that. Right? But when you come into this truth, you can't have it either. Because other brothers are broken hearted just like you. You can't flex your muscle on them. Right? So, if you can pull up Zechariah 99, is there more on that? We'll get precept. Okay, you can get it. This is
Colossians 1:26, even the mystery which hath been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to the saints. Right, and in the NLT it says this message was kept secret for centuries and generations past. But now it has been revealed to the Most High.
So it was sealed for a long period of time. And now it's coming to us. Little old me, man. Oh, I can't believe I got it. Jeez. And they did a hell of a job. I think this the funding they put into it, wow. We were able to get it. Amazing.
Zechariah 9:9. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, the king cometh unto thee. He is just in having salvation, lowly in riding upon an ass, and upon a cloak and full of an ass, and will cut off the chariot from Ephraim and the horse from Jerusalem, and the battle bow shall be cut off.
Right, so that was just back to the point about how I wish I was. He was meek, he was lowly. He came riding into Jerusalem on a donkey, which that's an ass, right? So that represented that he was going to be that spiritual beast of burden as well, taking on the burdens of the nation of Israel, because that's what donkey does. It takes on a heavy load. It's a beast of burden. And that's exactly what Yahushua did, and he didn't complain while he did it. There were moments where, he didn't feel like he was going to make it, and he got a little bit impatient with the disciples and other people, but still, he didn't complain about it. He still did it. The message was good. He did his job. He finished it. Right? So that's how you got to be. Like Yahushua. And it's hard. very hard. But you can get through it because you have the example. Here, the steps, precept I have here. You can pull up in First Peter's chapter 2:21. That up because we got to be like Yahushua.
This is 1 Peter 2:21. For even hereunto, where he called, because of a Mashiach, also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps.
Right, so you got to follow his footsteps. And you know that doesn't mean you take on a shoes and wear a shoe, right? Because what did John the Baptist say? I'm not even worthy to tie his sandals on his shoe. You can't walk in his shoes. You can follow his steps, right? And that's what a lot of Israelites misunderstand, right? They misunderstand that. They're not misunderstood. They think we're supposed to be in Yahweh's shoes. No, we're just supposed to follow his footsteps. That's it. Keep it simple, man.
Who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth.
So he didn't sin, and there was no guile in his mouth. He wasn't talking shit. He didn't sin. He was perfect. Right? Go on.
Who when he was revealed,
Reviled.
who when he was reviled not again when he suffered. He threatened not, but committed himself to him that judgeth righteously.
Right, so you know, when he was reviled, when he was rebuked, not refused by the people, right? Rejected. He didn't fight with them, he didn't argue with them. And that's a waste of time. You don't gotta go back and forth with these individuals out here. Right? If they don't believe, then they don't believe. That's between them and the Lord. You gave them the message and that was it. That's all you had to do.
Just said, thou sayest. You know, thou the king of the Jews, thou sayest. That's right. You know, he didn't. That.
Verse 24. Who his own self bare our sin in his own body on the tree, that we being dead in sins should live unto righteousness, by whose stripes we were healed.
You could read more about that in the 53rd chapter. Right? Because we were healed by his stripes, by him being bruised. Oh, you holding that? Beautiful. Just bring it out. Yeah, don't hold that back.
Isaiah 53:3. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief.
That's right.
And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of Yahweh, and afflicted. Here's the point. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed.
So blood in, blood out. So they did take some of his blood to be shed. Just to give us a better life. So that was a sacrifice. But yes, we were healed by him, being beaten, wounded. And that's what brought us here to this very day. That's why that the veil was split in half after we died. And that opened us up to the Holy of Holies, man. In our mind. You know, you no longer have to have a high priest going in there now. Now that's given all onto us, those secrets. Okay.
Verse 25. For ye were as sheep going astray, but are now returned unto the shepherd and bishop of our souls.
Okay, can you get Matthew chapter 15? Yahushua's death.
Matthew 15 and 33. And his disciples say unto him, whence should we have so much bread?
I'm sorry, Mark 15 and 33.
This is Mark 15 and 33. And when the 6th hour was come, there was darkness over the whole land until the 9th hour. And at the 9th hour, Yahushua cried with a loud voice, saying,
And you know, it says here in the NLT, at noon, darkness fell across the whole land until 3 o'clock. You know, like 12 o'clock is very significant, especially on how we tell time. You know, yes, it's midday, that's the time you have lunch yet. That's the beginning of the morning. Yes, you know that. But also, go into the doomsday clock, man. You know, when it's straight to midnight, you know, that's a serious time. So it's significant, you know, all those times. 12 at noon. Hey, keep going.
Ilo Lama Sa which is being interpreted by power, why hast thou forsaken me?
Yeah, that's how it feels, you know. But Heavenly Father can't do anything because he took on all that negative energy, took on all the sins of that nation. So he can't touch it. But yes, at times it's gonna feel like, you know, the Lord's not there. The Lord may feel a lot of help. That's how you always show power.
Verse 35.
All right.
And some of them that stood by when they heard it said, behold, he calleth Elijah. And one ran and filled a sponge full of vinegar and put it on the reed and gave him to drink, saying, let us see whether Elias will come to take him down.
That's what people are going to do to you now. We're going to afford the affliction. That's what a lot of wicked people do in the truth. When they see you in a lower state, they want to bring you down even more. And that can come through family members. You could be going through that now, but ultimately, brothers, you're going to be going through that later on. You know, if you make it to the time of Jacob's trouble. You're going to be treated just like how Yahweh is treated.
And Yahushua cried with a loud voice and gave up the spirit. And the veil of the temple was rent and entwined from top to the bottom.
That's right, man. You know, I suggest you just look at icons. You know, go type Mark chapter 15, verse 38 in Google, and you'll see the images that come up. You know, one of the images I found was a priest who was just in long garment, and then when the veil split in half, he was scared to death, man. But anyways, I'm just saying, you know, the veil that was split in two, it just showed that we were able to get more knowledge and death. Right? Now we enter that race. And the Lord accomplished what he had to accomplish.
And when the centurion, which stood over against him, saw that he was cried out and gave up the spirit, he said, truly, this man was the Son of God.
That's right. And you're only going to realize that when he's dead. Can you believe that? All the works that he did already proved that he was a man of Yahweh. He was doing all those good works. You can see that on the inside. Because all we're going to do is so that might be you. Right? The scripture says the poor man's wisdom is despised. So you're right here on the highways and byways teaching this truth. People despise you. But when all hell breaks loose and when you're gone, that's when people are going to realize that you're a prophet. You were a man of the Lord. Keep going.
Verse 40. There were also women looking afar off, among whom was Mary Magdalene, and Mary, the mother of James and Les, and of Jose and Salmon, who also, when he was in Galilee, followed him and ministered unto him, and many other women which came up with him unto Jerusalem.
That's right. And there's a lot of righteous women that are on the call. I see that on the page too. A lot of women love it. All of them are watching your videos and they're learning. So yeah, I just want to bring that up. What is that precept? We could just go to something else. So, do you have anything you want to add with this?
Well, I have sealed. So this is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 4. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." Right? In the NLT it reads, "But you, Daniel, keep this prophecy a secret. Seal up the book until the time of the end. Many will rush here and there, and knowledge will increase." You got people running around everywhere, in the sense of being busy and looking for information. Right? But just to have knowledge, it doesn't mean you're good. Knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
One more precept? Okay, you know what? Get Job 39, verse 7. We're going to go check it out.
This is Job 39 and 7. He scorneth the multitude of the city, neither regardeth he the crying of the driver. The range of the mountains is his pasture, and he searcheth, chattereth after every green thing. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee, or abide by thy crib?
I believe you posted a video about how deep the ocean cable. So it's really inferred, internet. So that's what we're using out here to take technology.
Would you have something called satellite telephone? That's specific to the majority of
Yeah. It says abide in your crib.
All right, so one of them are going to hold on. Just because you guys count.
No, I don't.
And it's in your home, man. You have access to information.
Oh, okay.
You have it in your
No,
hands.
it's okay. Usually people with
Casteth thou bind the unicorn with his band to the furrow, or will he harrow the valleys after thee? Wilt thou trust him because his strength is great, or wilt thou leave thy labor to him?
So that unicorn going into the feed horn, it's used to give us information. It's used to gain knowledge. We're able to search out things.
Can you send me your
That's why you're able to
Send me
I send you through the internet. And many of the brothers here. So anyways, that's it. That's all we have for today. So we're going to praise the peace. We're going to give all praises, glory, and honor.
and
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Most High of GMS. And shalom on to the whole collective.
Kwame Shalom.
Shalom.